us on the road to Islam. The starting point is not the finishing point. The starting point is letting us know that we have a journey. Master Farad Muhammad told us to accept our own and to be ourselves. We know that he, a human being born February 26, 1877, is not the originator of the heavens and the earth. But the good that we gained from his 3 years and 4 months among us was that he raised from among us a man that would get us started in a process that even though the Islamic world would have liked to have helped us, and many Muslims came to try to help us, they didn't have the right methodology and approach for the condition that we were in. Farad Muhammad developed a methodology, strange as it seems, unorthodox as it seems, even poisonous as it may seem, yet it was a prescription that started bringing balance to the system, and that we would evolve from a nationalistic, black thinking people into the universal message of Islam. But just
gracefully. See, when we don't pass the baton, this is what happens. We got to let the people go into the next school. We got to let them go into the next school. So Farrakhan and at first they was going against. Then you had Dr. York and them going against each other. All this means that they just didn't pass the baton. You know what I'm saying? Now groups have to be absolutely humiliated because their teaching is so outdated. The ones that's upholding the dead man's teachings. What I mean by dead men, I mean Rabbi Matthew Woodward Matthews of the Commandment Keepers of New York. He's dead and off the scene now. So that means that the Hebrew Israelite teaching is outdated. You can't use it. You got to go into the next school. The Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad is dead and gone. That means you have to move to the next school. Noble Drew Ali is dead and gone. That means you have to move to the next school. Whichever one came historically next, you have to move to the next school. So let's put it in order. So if Garvey is gone, what school came next? It was Simple Noble Drew Ali. Okay. Now the Moors, we become Moors. Well, we first were Darbians, now we become Moors. Then, once Noble Drew Ali is off the scene, we don't want to splinter into section groups, being sectarian and stuff like that. No, you merge into the next group. What's the next group? Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. Then, because they messed up the flow, you still have to pass through Malcolm. You got to, because then because Noble Drew Ali and Elijah Muhammad got you off of correct nation building. So then he had to re-inject the black system with Garveyism again. He had to. That was his mission. And so once he puts you back on the path of true black nationalism, not universality, being universal concept of things, you don't need to be, you can't be universal. You can't handle being universal. You have to stay on a steady course because of what happened to you during the last 500 years. You can't be multicultural. You can't be integrated. You have to be nationalistic. You have to understand Garvey. You have to understand that. You have to understand the world that he paved. You have to understand it. If you don't understand it, demographic structure, you're not a nation. You don't have nationality. You lack identity. So somebody has to come along and give you identity. Give God praise and glory. Because that's my mission. That's my mission. I'm not an Nefertiti. I represent them. Because they chose our people. Not all of our people. Those that want to agree with it in spirit and in truth. Come on. All hues and colors. No matter where you're from. The Africans can join along with us too. We were scattered throughout the world. As it says in your scriptures, we're the only ones that have crossed over. They were Hebrews. We're the only ones that crossed over the waters. There was no people named Hebrews. That's a title. It's a reference of something. It means crossed over. It don't mean a people. What you mean crossed? How you crossed over from Africa? And we crossed over the Atlantic, damn it. And now we're here in North Central and South America, and some of us is in Europe. Huh? That's what that means. That's what that means. We were the true Muslims because when we was in Kemet, we submitted to Ra. Tell me that I'm not telling the truth. So when you get these terms that coming up with, this is what this means. But they wasn't no BC Islam. No, they learned the terms from you. Fool. And you worshiping their religion? We were the true chosen people. We ain't the Jew or the Israelite. There was never that. We were the true chosen ones. Who was the chosen ones? The Armenians. The Armenians were the chosen ones. And they worshiped the one God. And a new solar order was administrated. And it was the shortest dynasty. Well, I would say it was the shortest governmental institution in Kemet. And then it was to be resuscitated at this time. Because then, look, he's going to take the least thing, now he's going to make it the most. He's going to take the tail, now he's going to make it the head. You've been the tail, now he's going to make it the head. What has been released to the modern administration, now it's going to become the most. Because it's going to become the standard of the world. This